In this week's Torah portion, the book of Deuteronomy, Moses says, "What does God ask of you?" And he goes on to say to do what's right, to do what's good. But it also says that you fear God. And this is a statement that, for many of us in our modern perspective, have a real hard time with. Is the kind of God that we are trying to open ourselves to live in relationship with something that we should fear? Is it kind of conjures up the fire and brimstone. And what's really important is to look at the way that biblical Hebrew is used, and specifically how the rabbis view it. The word for fear is yirah, and yirah is connected to the word lirot, which means to see. So there are two kinds of fear. There is fear of punishment, of being afraid that something is going to happen to you. And then there's also the kind of fear or yirah that has to do with seeing, with opening our eyes. And this is the kind of fear that's better translated as awe. To be, what does God want of you? To be in awe of God. What does that mean? Well, if we open to the possibility that what we're speaking about God is present in everything and in everyone, is a vast web of interconnected relationships, then really opening our eyes and seeing the reality of our connection with other people and with everything makes us realize that every action that we do is like a pulling on a spider web. You pull on one side, and all the way on the other side of the spider web, it has effect. Same thing with like the ripple of a pond. You drop a stone in and the ripples go out. When we fully see the way that we are connected, we realize that our actions have consequences. And this is what being in awe of God is. Being in awe of the interconnection means I want to be very careful about how I move and how I act in the world. I want to do it in a way that is that allows my actions to have the greatest possible benefit, ripples to the web. And so having an awe of God means that I'm constantly aware of that connection and how my actions input. And if we were to really take this to heart, it would be really important for us not to get so lost in our own schedules and agendas and ideas, because we don't want to accidentally be stepping over people's feet as we're trying to accomplish our daily tasks, but instead to be able to take some time to ask, to notice, to be present for how do my actions affect others. And then that is a place of showing our awe, our yirah to God. Shabbat shalom.